Welcome to a better version of you. I'm Pastor Jay, coming at you with some motivation, inspiration, some things to try to help you as we progress through life. Not just this pandemic, but through life itself. However, since we are in the pandemic, we are mostly still under stay-at-home orders. We are still trying to navigate through these unprecedented times, how things have drastically changed, and how our social norm will forever be disrupted. In this time, I think it is a very good time that we can sit down and learn how to write our vision. The next several podcasts I really want to deal with will be along the form of being a visionary. Not a visionary for just seeing things out in the open, but learning how to see yourself, seeing where you want to go in life, where you want to be in life, and most importantly, who you want to be. So I want to do a series simply called Manifesting Your Vision. Today we want to simply talk about write the vision. Writing the vision. Most of the time we have things we want to do. We have a lot of things we want to accomplish. We have goals that we set for ourselves. We have the person that we want to be. But there is a lack of continuity when it comes to writing down the thing that we want to do. In order to really focus and know where you're going, you have to, number one, have a vision for yourself. I stopped and I thought about, there's a whole lot of companies, they have what we call a vision statement, mission statement. They have all of these things, but the first thing they have is a vision statement. The vision statement gives them a sense of direction of where they are going, who they are, their intent, what they are all about. How many times have we really sat down and looked at ourselves to see what are we really about? Where are we trying to go? And to see that everything that we do really falls in line with our vision. Not of other things, but a vision of who we are as an individual. Writing the vision is paramount to really getting to the place you want to be and the person that you want to be. And so for the next couple of weeks, we want to deal with manifesting your vision. Number one is starting off with write your vision. As a Christian, I believe in prayer. Prayer changes things. Prayer moves the hands of God. Prayer gives you strength to be able to stand in the midst of adversity. Prayer is fundamental to everything I do as a person, because I believe prayer does a whole lot to help me become who I need to be and direct me in where I need to go. So the second thing we're going to talk about is prayer, because the second step to manifesting your vision is prayer. I know many people say, hold up, you ought to have, number one, you ought to pray. Most of us, we've been praying all of our lives. And I've come to understand that prayer is more than simply talking to God. It is really a conversation that we have with God. But at the same time, we have to learn how to talk to God. I'm tired of people simply saying prayer is just talking to God, because I've come to understand people do not know how to talk to each other. So if you don't know how to talk to each other, do you really know how to talk to God? So the second step is, after you write that vision, you're going to pray over that vision. Pray for God to come in and deal with you and the thing that you want to do. Thirdly, we want to generate a plan to carry out our vision and to make sure that everything we do points back at the vision that we've written down for ourselves. Not just any plan. We want to go in detail with generating a strategic plan to execute the vision that we have for ourselves. Then after we've executed, or we wrote down rather, that plan that we have, we want to also come to understand that there's another step that says you got to trust the process. We talk a lot about trusting the process, because I believe that's one of the things that many people fail to do, is really trust the process. A process does not happen overnight. You don't go from writing it down to the manifestation of it overnight, but it's a process to take place. In order to really get to that point that you're trying to be, you have to learn how to trust the process and everything that falls in line with the process, because the process is not always an easy process, but it is a doable process, because we're going to teach you how to write that vision. We're going to teach you how to write that strategic plan, and so you're not even going to write a plan that you can't trust. So that's the third step, is trusting the process. Fourth step is trusting the process. Then we have to get that grind on. You got to grind. A lot of times we talk about work the process, but really you got to grind, because it's not always easy. And so grinding means even when it's not easy, I still do it. Even when I don't feel like it, I still do it. And so then we're going to talk about that grind. You got to get your grind on. Then the next step after that we're going to deal with is evaluating the process. Listen, our problem is a lot of times we become frustrated with the process. Sometimes there's nothing we can do about the barriers that happen in the process. We'll deal with that in the planning. But however, you also be able to sit down and evaluate the process, because just because we wrote the process down does not mean it's always going to work. And so you have to take time to evaluate. Evaluate how's the process going, where you are in your plan to become the best version of you. Understand your barrier. Understanding the barrier. Just because you write it down, just because you plan it, does not mean it's always going to happen just like you planned for it to happen. And to eliminate a lot of the frustration that we have and a lot of the distrust of the process is understanding the barriers that happen during the process. Because sometimes barriers happen for a reason. I believe that God allows everything to happen for a reason. Why? I don't always know. But we understand it better by and by. Then lastly, you have to keep a positive vibe. How you foresee things is really how you're going to react to every situation. If you're negative minded, anything can throw you off. Anything can make you get in a place where you really don't need to be. And so we're going to talk about how to keep a positive vibe, to make sure your vibe is positive. Make sure when you interact with other people that it's a positive vibe. No matter what they have going on, you have to know what you have going on. So we're going to deal with over the next several weeks of manifesting our vision. So I want to encourage you, before we even get to all the details, before we even really get to digging deep in it, I want to encourage you now to start looking at what you want your vision to be for yourself. Not for anybody else, but for yourself. Just as companies have vision that drives their performance, you have to have a vision that drives your performance to get to the place that you want to be. And it starts by having a vision for yourself, that you can get to the place that you want to be, that you can be the best version of you that you can be. Thank you so much. Again, I'm Pastor Jay. God bless you. God keep you. I'm looking forward to talking to you and teaching and learning how to be the best version of ourselves through manifesting our vision.